Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to our full moon feature. When you join, please make sure you drop a hello in the chat so that I know that it's working. Facebook isn't always great at letting me know who's in the room with me, so please comment so that I can shout you out. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Doris Efford, known as the Chaos Calmer, because I help people to reclaim their time. If you have any questions or comments throughout the whole event tonight, please be sure to let me know in the chat so that we can address it. If you're watching the replay, let me know so that I can better evaluate whether people come live to these or if they prefer to use the replay. If you've been around at all, you know that I love feedback, so always let me know what your thoughts are. Plus, this is interactive, even for the folks who couldn't make it live. So leave your comments in your questions in the comments, and I'll make sure that they're addressed. All right, let's get to it. Tonight, we're chatting with the happiness igniter, happiness and harmony coach, Joyce Erickson. Welcome, Joyce. She comes to us during this busy holiday season to talk all things happiness and to spark joy from the inside out. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Doris. Really glad to be here.
So, Coach Joyce, tell us a little something about you that we wouldn't find on your resume.
I think the one thing that you would, well, a couple of things depending on what you're looking at, but how really positive and trusting I am, and how intuitive I am, and understanding what's going on with other people. So I'm a feeler, right? Like I really feel and understand people.
That's beautiful. And yeah, from the what I do know of you, I can totally see that. You are very intuitive and you know exactly. And you just have a great energy around you. That's so fun to be around.
Thank you.
Well, we just experienced the oak moon, which is all about the reinvention or rebirth. So, how do you think that might relate to happiness?
Happiness, the way that I coach on it and the way that I look at it, is a rebirth. Because a lot of people that come to me, or most people that come to me, they might be happy, but they don't have the happiness inside of them the same way that I feel like people should have. And happiness means it radiates from the inside out. And you can say that you're happy, you could say that you're happy enough, but most people are really not happy from the inside out. And you can feel that energy when people are like that. When they come and visit me and we talk about it and I help them develop that, it is a rebirth for them. They feel better, they feel more positive, they feel more energized, and they're just happier people, happier souls in general.
Do you see a difference in them when they have that rebirth? Like, is it something that you can see happening?
It's something that you can see happening, but you can also feel it, right? It's definitely an energy in coming out from them, radiating from them. It's also, you can see it in their smile. People smile more when they're happier from the inside, right? It's just something naturally that you do. Most people that are happier from the inside are also at a higher vibration, right? So they're just moving faster. Their heads are up. It's just a whole different look and feel.
Amazing. This next question is for the audience as well as you. What's one unexpected source of happiness that you've discovered recently? Let me know in the chat, everyone. What about you, Joyce?
I think mine is, well, it's a couple of things. Definitely having grandchildren are a source of happiness for me. Being a grandmother is the best thing in the world, really. And so there's that. But also finding is the word, finding my presence again in the world. And just not having to worry about what goes on so much in the future and what was in the past, but just being able to be here. right? Just being able to enjoy here. So those are probably the two things in the last few years of my life that have been joyful and positive and helped with me being happy.
Oh, fantastic. And I see that Tiffany here says taking care of herself is an unexpected source of happiness. Yeah. Yeah. Could you relate to that at all, Joyce?
Yeah, absolutely. I can talk a lot about what my journey has been about, but the one of the biggest things that I've learned is taking care of myself is the most important thing. Like that's what's got to come first for me. And it should really come first for everybody, right? My family doesn't, we as mothers and as grandparents and as parents in general, we think that our everything else has to come first before us, right? But what I find is if we're not in the right position and being happy and fulfilled, it's hard for us to help our family as well. So
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. Madison says that taking care of her family is um, an unexpected source of happiness.
Yeah,
And you were just touching on that, weren't you?
right. Exactly. Taking care of your family is extremely rewarding, and it just makes us feel loved and good and happy, especially when they're happy, right? So we're taking care of them and they appreciate it and they're happy and they're doing so well. And I always think of my four children because they're all adults now, but they're all doing really well in their whatever they choose to do. So that's exciting. Absolutely, your family's important that way.
Absolutely. And it when someone you care about is really happy, it's almost contagious, you know?
It definitely is. It definitely
Yeah.
is.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about happiness?
The biggest misconception people have about happiness is they can only be so happy. I'm happy enough, I think, right?
Mhm.
And they forget that it's okay and that they can be happier. Um, I feel like people, for whatever reason, um, don't feel like they deserve to be happy, or if they're happy, it's going to be a negative situation or a negative thing, right? It's just like that old, what I used to do all the time. Now I've gotten back into doing this. Somebody would say to me, "How are you doing, Joyce?" And I'd be like, "I'm excellent." And they're like, "Really? Like, how can you be excellent?" And I'm like that all the time. So if they're asking me every day, like say I was working with them or something like that, that's what they would be hearing. And it used to drive them nuts, but that's truly how I felt, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
so why can't we be that consistently? And I feel like out there in the world, for whatever reason, it's not allowed, um, and people don't want to show their happiness or that they're feeling excellent regularly.
Yeah, absolutely. We hide that or, I always hear fine or good. That's about it, right?
Right,
Um,
exactly.
do you think that if you're not feeling excellent, like not that you're feeling bad, but if you're not feeling excellent and you say excellent, that it can help you raise your vibration?
Um, for me, it does, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's how you believe you feel too, to a certain degree, right? So it definitely can help raise your vibration. It can put a smile on your face. Um, I've had people tell me I don't have to be happy all the time. I don't have to be excellent all the time. And it's not that I'm not sad, I guess, sometimes, right? But I can be happy. I feel like I can be happy and excellent from the inside, but still be sad about things. It's a
Right,
different kind of um, it's a different kind of situation, right? You can be sad that somebody passed away, that's okay, but that doesn't mean you have to be really sad and sad for a long time, right?
Yeah, you don't have to dwell there.
Exactly. And I think that bothers some people to a certain degree about me.
Hmm.
At least that's the way I felt. I don't know if bother is the right word. Maybe they look at me strange or weird that I'm actually like that. Um, because when you're sad, you're supposed to be upset and sad. That's it, right? But I can be sad, um, and I can still be happy from the inside.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I wonder what kinds of challenges are your clients and others experiencing right now?
Um, some of them are just experiencing being happy in general. And when I say being able, or they used to be happy inside, and they're having a hard time being happy um, again from the inside. So that's part of it. They're experiencing um, like unhappy situations before they actually happen. So they're thinking that everything's going to be negative and not so positive, which brings them down. So again, not coming to the present, not thinking about the happy side of things, not realizing that they can be happy, just accepting that they're going to feel this way or it's going to be a sad situation. Um, some of my clients are feeling like they just can't smile anymore. And that's kind of sad because we naturally smile, right? And putting that smile back on their face or teaching them how to put that smile back on their face and just talking about it can be something very simple. It could be as simple as watching somebody laugh. I don't know if you're out there, if you've ever heard a child laugh, but I have my granddaughter laughing on um, when she was about, I don't know, about 7 or 8 months old. And that just makes me laugh too. So it makes me feel good. That kind of thing seems to help with my clients as well. So it's as simple as that, right? And it takes your day in a certain change or adjustment.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question for sure. How do you help them rediscover their happiness during that time?
Yeah.
So,
That's one of the ways you can do it. You can like do things like we might do a visualization so that they can see that happiness, they can feel it, they can feel the energy inside of them. Um, there's a couple different techniques that you can use that work really, really well. And I love a lot of the negative energy comes out when they do that, right? So they're releasing what doesn't feel good and they're feeling the good parts and they're seeing it. So it's a good technique to use.
I love that. I know for me, I'll go through spurts where I don't know whatever's going on and I don't even think about it, but then all of a sudden I'll release like a laugh and it almost sounds crazy, but it's like, wow, it has been so long since I've done that and it just feels so good. It's just so refreshing and rejuvenating, right? Like starting over.
Laughing is amazing. Crying is amazing. We yawning is amazing. Stretching is amazing. Those are all great releases, right? So it's important to do.
So this one's for the audience as well as you. Recently, I heard that happiness is a choice. Would you agree? Put it in
Um,
the chat for everyone watching. Put it in the chat and let me know what you think, if you agree or not, and why.
I want to say that it is a choice. I think some people are put in situations that it's harder for them to have that choice. Um, but no matter what's going on, we can always smile and put a smile on our face. We can always think that there's people out there that are probably worse off than we are, right? So we can think of something positive that can put us back into that happiness state. putting us back into that happiness state from the inside. It's just remembering what it is that makes us spark inside, what ignites that happiness for us. So I keep going back to my grandkids because I was just talking to them, you know, seeing them um, over the phone because they're a couple provinces away, but seeing them over the phone today just brought my energy up and brought the happiness from the inside out again. And I'm like, I feel so good. I feel like I'm you know happy and sparkly from the inside out. Yeah, my granddaughter is like, you're like a unicorn, grandma, from the inside out, because that's what she relates unicorns to, right? Happy, sparkly, exciting place. So yeah, that's my interpretation anyway.
Oh, that's incredible. Um, um, Tiffany says, yes, that she does think it's a choice, but sometimes circumstances make it difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
let's move into that a little bit more. During some stressful times, like during the holidays, how can a person prioritize happiness?
We one of the things that I say is, you need to take a step back and remind yourself that what you're doing needs to make you happy. And honestly, some things I think we need to do, but some things I think we need to do, we don't need to do. And if it's not making you truly happy from the inside out, or it's not, um, helping someone that you love make them happy, in turn should make you happy, then like don't do it. It's as simple as that. If you find that you have to do it, then find something about it that you love, right? So if you have to go to dinner with your in-laws and it's something that you don't, that does not make you happy, is the food that they're serving going to make you happy? Yeah. you know, chances are it is, because it's feeding you, right?
Mhm.
Um, and there's all kinds of things. Or what else can you do to make you happy instead of what you're doing there? That's the other thing you need to think about. So just take that step back, find something that you have in that place, or that thing that you need to do that you don't want to do, or the thing that's overwhelming for you, and find something that really ignites you about it, right? Ignites that happiness about you, and just go there with that. Forget about the rest.
I love that. That's something that I've incorporated into um, my life recently from a podcast that I listened to. She has the 4 Ds. So the first D would be, can you delete it? If it's something you've got to go to, then no. And then
Right.
you move to, can you delegate it or delay it? And if that's not it, then how can you delight in it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Delighting in it is the case. And I love that. That's that's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great advice. So here's another question for the audience. If you'll let me know in the chat, what is one holiday tradition that you have that sparks joy for you? Joyce, do you have a holiday tradition that sparks joy?
Um for me, I think it's just being with the family, honestly. Um, and like I said, being with the family might be over the phone, it might be here. It depends on what the situation is, and just relaxing. We try and, up till Christmas time is usually busy for us. So that week between Christmas and New Year's, that's our time to just like chill and enjoy. We love watching the World Junior Hockey. That's something that we do traditionally. Um, we've kind of got our meal set up, and we make it easy, and that's our time to just sit as a family, chill out. We don't go anywhere really. People come to us if they want to, and just enjoying each other, because our lives are busy um, before Christmas and the rest of the year. So that, like I said, that's our traditional let's just chill time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's time to just be together.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So now if you could create, oh, Before I move on to that, one of the traditions that was brought up is we always watch Elf or Christmas Vacation after we eat dinner. What a great, fantastic tradition
Yes.
for sure. If you could create a happiness survival kit for the holidays, what 3 items would you put in it?
Oh, I have to think about this because there's lots of things that you can do to create that. But I think really a picture of something or a sound of something, something that takes um, your emotions and makes them happy or gets you happy almost instantly. So it could be a picture of something that makes you happy. Go back to my grandchildren there because that always makes me happy. It could be, um, I love shortbread cookies. That's one of my favorite. Could be just having a shortbread cookie, something that just makes you happy. So that was one of my first ones. The other ones is my earplugs, believe it or not. And my earplugs just for some silence and just kind of take it all in, right? There's lots of noise going on at this time of the year. And sometimes we just have to shut off that noise. So, however you would do that, whether it be just like lying in your bedroom with you know, no noise there, or just some soft music, or that kind of thing. Just have some silence time where you're not thinking about anything. Your mind is just peaceful, right? That would be the second thing. And the third thing for me would be chocolate, just because I like chocolate. And it's warming. And, hot chocolate, I think of too. Um, it's something that makes me feel good. So it doesn't have to be chocolate for you, but something that makes you feel good um, instantly. Some people that's mashed potatoes. Some people it's I don't know the cinnamon heart candies. You can throw just about anything out there, right? But that's what I would suggest. Something you can look at, some silence and clearness, and something that when you taste it or feel it, it makes you happy.
I love that. So you're almost like playing with your senses a little bit. So
You
you're
are definitely playing with your
yeah,
sense.
so you're amping up some of the senses that might be underused, but you're toning down some of the senses that might be overused. Like if you close your eyes and put earplugs in, though, I mean, that's you've got sound and vision coming at you all the time. You could take, I love that. That's fantastic.
This way you're going back into your head, right? So yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Awesome. If someone is watching right now and they felt stuck or disconnected from happiness, what is one small action that they could take today to begin reconnecting to joy?
Just stop and take a step back and breathe and think about what makes you happy. At one little thing that makes you happy. Um, Keep it simple. Don't, it doesn't have to be big or huge. And it has to be something that, as soon as you think about it, it makes you smile, right? You can feel that ignition from your heart coming out.
For those people right now who are having trouble even coming up with anything, do you have any examples of some small things that maybe they might be able to consider?
Um, if you've got an animal, that's a great thing to think about and to look at, and and to cuddle up with at that point in time. If there's a grandchild or a child, that helps as well. If there's a picture of something that makes you happy, if there's a place, so I always talk about my cottage, right? That's my happy place. So go back to that place, just put some good music on, some good quiet music, and just take that step back and imagine yourself at that place, whatever it is. It could be, it doesn't have to be a real place. It could be a place that just makes you happy. Um, the sound of it. But you take that time for yourself. That time for yourself to make sure that you're happy is probably the most important thing to do daily, really.
Absolutely. You spoke a little bit earlier about getting present. Do you think that that could help people as well if they need something?
Yeah, getting present is important as well, because depending on what you're doing, but if you're thinking too much far ahead, I always think too much ahead or too much of what happened before, coming back to now and deciding what you want to do now or what you're thinking about now, right? Um, will help with that happiness as well, because it doesn't really matter what's going to happen. It doesn't really matter what has happened, right? You can't control that. What matters is now, right? So that's what you want to be able to control. I feel like I've lost a lot of time to a certain degree because I wasn't present. And, you could check out my story. I can let you know where to look for that and check out my story. Because I did a 15-minute video on that not too long ago. But it's just so important to stay in the now and enjoy what's going on now, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. It doesn't matter what's going to happen in the past. Now it's what's important.
Absolutely. Tiffany says, getting present and getting presents. Nice
Getting
for the
there
holiday.
you go. Present and presence sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
excellent. Sarah says, forgiveness, self-love, enjoy the moment, and giving is her holiday toolkit.
Yeah, those are
Fantastic.
awesome holiday toolkits for sure. And I mean, we think about forgiveness through like forgiving other people, but forgiving ourselves too is important, right? So don't forget about that.
Absolutely. If I needed to get present, what is one quick tool that I could use from, because I do find sometimes that I'm spiraling and I can't seem to jump into the now. So what is
Right.
one quick tool?
So there's a couple of tools that you can use. One of the tools that I use is tap. I could be tapping my desk. I could be tapping my hand. I could be tapping my head. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes it's a snap, like wake up. It's like you're going down that rabbit hole. Stop. Um, Focusing on going back to what I need to get done. Um, Telling myself not to worry about what that's not important. I need to focus on what I'm doing now. So it's a lot of self-talk, and a lot of like looking around you. So what do I feel in the present? What do I see? What do I smell? Um, what do I need to get done? What was I doing before went down that rabbit hole? Right? What's most important right this minute? Um, so those kinds of things really help. Just looking around, moving your head sometimes helps. Um, I do that if I'm looking at my phone. Sometimes I'll go down the wrong rabbit hole and I'll be like, okay, I gotta look up. What was I doing? So that gives me the reminder to do that and go back into the present. So there's lots of little movements like that that you can do to help with that for sure. Standing up, having a dance, dance party for a little bit, changing the music. Yeah.
So actually, so you've got like physically changing your state by snapping or tapping or doing a dance or like doing something physical, and then you've also got um, the senses, right?
Right.
That you were just
Absolutely.
talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. The
Thank you.
senses work really, really well too. And don't forget your ears, because you hear all kinds of things, right? Um, when you're not present, you don't hear those things. So listening for birds is one of the things I do too, as well. Um, Listening for how many sounds you can hear at the same time, which sounds really weird, but that brings you back to the present as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for everyone listening, are there any other questions that you all have for Coach Joyce? Now's the time to ask them before we wrap this up. So, Coach Joyce, what is the best way that people can learn more about you after hearing a little bit from you tonight if they want to learn more?
What I love to do is um, you can go to my Instagram page. It's Happiness and Harmony Coaching by Joyce. So Happiness and Harmony Coaching. Um, and DM me. You can DM me below if you want to. You could um, check out my go to Facebook and check out the Happiness and Harmony page as well. Or you could send me an email at happiness and harmony one, that's the number one, at gmail.com. And I have what I'd like to say to everybody is I have a new community coming up that I'm putting together right now on Facebook, and it's Happiness and Harmony, or it's my Coach Joyce's happiness community. And if you're interested in that, let me know, let Doris know, and I'd love to invite you to that for sure.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. All right. So, if no one has any more questions, can you leave us with a happiness mantra, prompt, or something, some sort of thought, something to carry us through the holiday season?
I can definitely do that. I put one together for everybody. So, happiness flows effortlessly from within me and radiates out into the world. That's a mantra for you all out there to say every day. And it definitely will flow through you.
Love that. I'm going to make sure that we put that mantra up for everyone. Um, Sarah says that she's in for your community. So,
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah.
so for the audience, we really want to know what your takeaway is from for tonight. And so leave it in the comments or tag us in your post if you decide to post about it so that we can celebrate your happiness with you. Thank you so much, Coach Joyce. Tiffany
Thank
says
you
she
so much,
loves your
Doris.
mantra, by the way.
Pardon me?
Tiffany says she loves your mantra, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tiffany.
So you indeed spark happiness within me every time that we meet. So I love having you here. Thank you again. Before I sign off for tonight, I wanted to invite everybody to my masterclass on the 19th. It's a 2024 wrap-up workshop at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, called Review, Renew, and Reignite. You have 2 options to attend if you want. You can be a fly on the wall, and you can do that for free on Prompted Collective Facebook page, so just follow me for that. And, you have the opportunity to be in the room with me for the VIP, experience. This way we can engage, and after we say goodbye to our friends on Facebook, we'll go deeper in a more interactive VIP way, and that is a cost of $9.99, and you'll get access to bonuses and hot seat coaching, and there might even be some discounts and announcements involved. Wink, wink, just maybe. So sign up for VIP by commenting wrap up, and I'll personally DM you the link. Connect with me if you have any questions. And is there anything else that you'd like to say, Coach Joyce?
I just want to say thank you, Doris, for having me on here. I'm looking forward to being at your wrap up as well. So yeah, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. Hopefully, everybody learned something about being truly happy today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Once again, let us know in the comments exactly what you're taking away so that we can celebrate with you. Of all the things that you could be doing, you chose to hang out with us. And for that, I'm grateful. So always remember that you matter. And please take care. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.